Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, the content that we're going to cover tonight is all of the insane movement on the constitutional carry moves against 4 different states. Now, you know 2 of them. They're out in the open. They're going to the governor's desk. But there's 2 of them that have been snatched from the jaws of defeat. They have been sleepers. Some amazing movement is going on. There's so much happening in this video that I've collaborated with Jared from Guns and Gadgets for an in-depth conversation to give you everything you need to know. The 2 of us go back and forth, really laying it out, and I really enjoyed the conversation. Let me know what you think of this collaborative style, if I should do more in the future with Jared, because I personally love it, but it's up to you guys if you guys like it. But now I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, and on the other side of that, we're going to dive into this conversation. Now, our sponsor for this week's videos is Woox. That's Woox. They are a new outdoor brand based in Hickory, North Carolina, and their mission is to create high-end products for outdoor enthusiasts, and honestly, they look really nice. Their company is the wild child of Manelli Group, an Italian company started in 1937 by Francesco Manelli and his 3 sons in northern Italy. By making gear in-house, we're able to provide higher quality, better looking, high-end products at a fraction of the going craftsmanship price. If you're into the outdoors, do it beautifully by clicking the link in the description box and checking out Woox today. And thank you to Woox for making these videos this week possible. And now with that, we're going to dive into this conversation with Jared. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field if you want more of these. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side. I'm Braden. See you later.
Yes. All right, man. So here we are. We have 2 states that have moved constitutional carry from the legislature heading to the governor's office, and then we'll give an update on 2 other states that are not too far behind. First off, what do you think about this constitutional carry movement, man?
Oh, dude, you know me, like you've teased me so many times before, like Mr. Positive over here. You've sent me so many texts before where it's like, okay, guy, okay. But I'll be honest, man, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. I mean, Texas and Tennessee did it last year, and then we just kept that momentum going. And honestly, to God's honest truth, we got more this year, like even introduced, than I thought the Republicans were going to try to do. Honestly,
absolutely.
I will take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially what we're facing in the White House. We need the states to take a little bit more power back, and it's working. It has been for the last few years.
It's incredible. I mean, it's one of the things that you and I have talked about consistently. It's like when we align as a movement, I mean, like there's nothing that can stop us. It's just getting to that alignment point and activating. And I mean, like you just alluded to it, man. White House, House, Senate, they've got it all. And all this is happening on their watch. They are basically adjudicated to the realm of executive powers and executive actions, which we've obviously been talking about. But I'm stoked, man. The states are taking back a lot of power with this. And I mean, we're going to touch on it in a second, but man, this is the phenomenal stuff.
And I also want to give the guys and gals out there props. I think you mentioned it in this morning's video, that this has happened because of you, the viewer, the residents of these states. You are the ones who get these legislators to act. You're the ones who keep pressure on them, especially in 2 of the states we're going to talk about at the end of this. It's because of you getting on their keisters that this is still a possibility in these 2 states. So my hat, well, if I was wearing one, my hair is off to you all.
I got you.
There you go. For following through. And, Braden and I give you the information, and it's up to you if you live in these states to take action. And you guys and gals, I've been talking to legislators all day today, and they have heard your voice, and that's the reason that's getting pushed. So bravo. Mm-hmm. Way to go. All right, man. Alabama, want to start off with that one?
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, I got you. So Alabama, this is a really big one. Like you guys, well, a lot of you may know, I'm from Georgia. So Alabama is like right next to me. And I know these people do not play with their gun rights. They just flat out don't. So it's gone through the Senate. It is heading. I mean, it's got to be confirmed in the House to make sure the changes were a little bit different, but that's not that big of a difference. This thing's going to the governor's seat. It's going to that desk in Alabama. And I'll be honest with you, I would be really shocked if the sitting governor in Alabama went against this. I really would be shocked. I mean, simply because it passed the Senate. I mean, 2 Democrats, even I think it was like 25% of the Democrats in the caucus in the Senate voted for this. I mean, granted, that's 2 out of 8, but still, it's still 25%.
Right.
I think that one is going. I think it's going to be number 22 on of all the state counts. But I mean, coming in right behind like 23, 24, 25. This is insane, guys. You're going to love this video. I'm excited, but that's Alabama for me.
this is a great year. So the numbers, if you want them, Alabama Senate passed it 23-6, House passed it 65-37, one abstained, and now it's going off to Governor Kay Ivey. And from everything I've heard today, it sounds like a rubber stamp. But I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch. So if you live in Alabama, call the governor's office and make sure that she signs this into law. And if you need it, Alabama's HB 272. Sometimes when I call, they're not sure of what the actual the bill number is, and you'll find some legislative offices don't want to talk to you unless you know the bill number. So HB 272 is constitutional carry in Alabama, heading to Governor Ivey's desk. That's solid. Yep. I think they're going to be the first to join the crew.
That's gold. And Georgia and Alabama have this relationship where if Alabama does something, Georgia has to beat them like on the next punch. I'm excited. I'm really amped.
Georgia's close, man. They just got to speed it up a smidge, but they'll be in that crew, I think, this year. Number 2 this evening is Ohio, and that's SB 215. And both Alabama and Ohio today made these things move. Ohio passed the House on Wednesday, 57-35. Passed the Senate yesterday, 24-8, and they also had a concurrence vote because it was a change, and it passed the same, 24-8, and it is now off to Governor Mike DeWine's desk. Mike DeWine, I've gotten so many comments and emails from folks who watch both of our channels, because they mention you by name as well, about Mike DeWine being a rhino and not wanting to sign this. What do you have to say to the residents in Ohio, man?
So I get it. Guys, 100% I understand. If you've been burned by the rhino train before, I completely get it. Jared and I have this conversation offline all the time. But you have to understand, this has been driven through to the point because of the citizens and constituents of Ohio. This is not because of a person in the power of the governor's seat.
Right.
Also, that individual person is up for re-election this year. You've got the Senate that just pushed it through. You have the House that just pushed it through. He's already committed to supporting constitutional carry in the past. Recently, his office just came out and said they are proponents of the Second Amendment. Every indication is that they are going to sign this to save their own skin. Now, to Jared's point, that doesn't mean we take their word on it until they get it. Like, that money's not in the bank until that money's in the bank and that signature's on a piece of paper. So I know that Jared's good about this. I'm sure everything's going to be connected. We're going to give you the bills, the phone numbers. Send this one through, because you guys brought it to this point. This is not up to Mike DeWine to do. This is up to you guys. And that's what I would say on Ohio, because we're right there, man. That's a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have the bills for all 4 that we're going to talk about, as well as the numbers to the governor's office for Alabama and Ohio. If you're on my social media, I put out Ohio earlier, and I'll tell you now, they got inundated with phone calls. Congratulations, guys and gals, to the point where they stopped answering the phone. But
that's a great sign.
Yeah, that's a great sign, because last couple of people who actually got through called me, and they said that the lady who was answering the phone she was really short and really frustrated, which means you guys and gals are doing the right thing. You're calling and you're putting it on their minds of what they need to do.
Politely.
Go ahead.
Politely.
Yes,
very
absolutely.
politely.
Yeah, don't get red flagged.
There's no reason to put your name on a list.
Yeah. One thing I did get from somebody who works in the legislature in Ohio is in the event the phone doesn't pick up, there's on the governor's website is an email form entry. I'll put that on there as well down in the description. So now the next 2 are states that are that close, and they made some big moves here in the last 12 hours. We'll go out to Nebraska first, because I get
Nebraska.
Yeah, all right. I get asked about Nebraska.
I'll do the other one.
All right, I get asked about Nebraska every day, and I know you guys and gals want it bad. And Nebraska, it's LB 773, and I'm going to read from my notes because Nebraska. I don't want to err. I want to stay accurate to the information I got. So today, Senator Brewer, who was the sponsor of the constitutional carry bill, he filed a motion to pull constitutional carry to the floor for a vote using a rule that allows him to bypass committee. You may recall the videos. I think we both have done videos on Nebraska. The committee is trying to kill the bill. So he's going to pull it from the committee. Now, if they don't vote on, if the committee doesn't vote on constitutional carry within 20 days of the committee hearing, 20 calendar days, then they will pull it to the floor for a full floor vote. And at that point, it just becomes a simple majority vote, which I'm told they already have secured. Now, in Nebraska, it's a 1 legislative party state, so they vote 2 different ways. It's 2 votes. One is a general file vote. The other is a select file. However, both of them, once this rule is invoked, will be a simple majority, which he supposedly has. And it looks really, really good. Now, the only wrinkle that could happen from here is if now the committee who was hell-bent on trying to kill the bill gets a hair across their rump and says, you know what, now we're going to take this up and we're going to vote no to disapprove this and try to kill the bill. Well, this rule will still allow Senator Brewer to pull it to the floor for a full vote, and it looks really, really good. So Nebraska is going to try to join this crew this year. We have quite a few states. Again, I'll have the information down below for Nebraska. You guys and gals will need to call both your Senate, call all your legislators. I don't know what they exactly call them because it's a bicameral.
Just call everybody.
Call everybody because they got to move it because each person who votes on this needs to know that you guys and gals want it. And again, it doesn't get this far where they're trying to pull rules from back in the day unless you're actually making noise. So good on you, Nebraska. Take the last one, brother.
So I'm going to want to add stack on one thing really quickly to Nebraska. Okay. Jared just hit on something like you nailed this, dude. These rules from way back, these technical procedural rules, the ones that they're pulling out to get these things done, they don't get these things done unless there is pressure. Like just to put this in perspective, this is not something where like, oh, it's coming to the floor through normal door. Oh, that's so nice. Shall I vote yay or nay on this? No. These guys are literally going, wait a minute, it's stuck in committee. That's not good. I'm election next week. We got to pull this and we got to force it from committee. We got to get on the floor for a simple majority vote. Then it'll work. Then I'll get elected. I mean, like, this is a thing. That's a big deal. And the other little thing that I love about this is exactly, the irony is delicious. This is the exact same thing that Chuck Schumer was threatening to do for gun control on a federal level when he was like, well, we could just pull it from committee and put it into cloture and get a simple majority vote. They didn't do it, but it's happening on the state level. Like it's amazing. It's really, really exciting stuff. That's Nebraska.
That's Nebraska. You want to?
But now I get Indiana.
Absolutely.
All right. So Indiana, this is another procedural thing. Again, I know we are hitting this hard, but this would not happen without you guys, right? So in Indiana, you guys know, and Jared reported on it, and I touched on it in a few of my videos. The Indiana committee essentially killed the bill due to I believe it was the
superintendent of the Indiana State
Superintendent,
the coward
superintendent, man. So he's the one that came up and basically encouraged it to die, and it died in committee. Okay, so that was the constitutional carry bill. But what's interesting about the way that they did it was they used something called strip and insert. And I know it sounds like a situation, but it's not. So what they basically did, gotcha. So what they basically did was they pulled out the language, they replaced it with something else. So they made it a different bill under the same name. Now, this is really, really important because when they do that, it has to go through a rules committee. Now, when it goes to that rules committee, it has to pass basically to say, I stamped this, that you followed the rules and you did this properly. It never went through. So it was never killed. Because it didn't do that, they can now use that exact same basically game that they played, the procedure, to strip and insert a different bill that passed the House and put the constitutional carry in that bill. So essentially, in an ultimate twist of fate, they used the exact same procedure which killed the bill to revive it, to get it back on the floor. And that is something that is so poetically delicious. And this point, I'm going to pass back over to you because you know a few more details about specifically which one they're putting it in, right?
Yep. I was talking to people in Indiana today, and so HB 1077 is the original constitutional carry bill. They took that verbiage and they removed language from SB 202, and they stuffed in, SB 209. They stuffed in HB 1077. So now constitutional carry is attached to a bill that had to do with drug schedules. Where certain classifications of narcotics fall on the state's schedule, a class schedule. It's like schedule 1, 2, 3, and 4 for people who know what I'm talking about. You already know what it is. And from what I'm told, that is a bill that is going to be good to go. So Indiana, way to go. I really like the fact that now I don't know if the sponsor of the bill is up for a re-election this year, but I like the fact that they're going far beyond some states to get constitutional carry for the constituency. Because I can tell you a lot of states that I've been following constitutional carry movement for years that they would, all right, sorry, it died in committee. You know, I tried, and you'll hear that a lot. We tried, and we can't do anything more. Mm-hmm. And this is two states, Nebraska and Indiana, where they're going above and beyond. And I really think if you live there, you should probably be calling these folks and give them an attaboy because they've earned it.
And that is so incredibly important to tack on to everything, because we're just delivered some really great stuff, some really positive momentum. But at the same time that we're always telling you guys to call them and stay on them for gun control and stay on them for not passing and stay up for standing for your rights, on that same side of the coin, we need to be known for the audience that also reciprocates love when they give it to us.
Yeah.
Right. Like when they actually do what we are requiring them to do, yes, it's their job. And I understand that they are supposed to do this because of their constitutional obligation, all of these different reasons. But it doesn't hurt to actually show some endorsement and say, because you did this, I will do this. That positive reinforcement goes a lot farther than, kind of, to be honest, the left's tactics of just burn everything to the ground.
Yeah. We can't just be piss and vinegar all the time and full of vitriol. We got to learn to say thank you every now and then when they've earned it. And I don't believe in throwing it out there unless they've earned it, especially when it comes to the Second Amendment. But in this case, these two states have earned it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's kind of crazy to say, but we're talking about 22, 23, 24, and 25. Like, we're going to get to 50% if everything stays the same. You're talking about 50% of states before June.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. That'll be huge because they're going to have I believe there's a red wave coming in November, and if we get a couple states to flip, we can do some damage going forward too.
Yeah, if you guys watching thought we did a lot this year behind the gun, just wait until we've got full power, because it's coming. This tsunami is going to be delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Well, I thank you for your time. Anything you want to say to the folks?
No, it's been great being on the premier source for 2A News.
Well, guys, I know you guys watch most of y'all watch both of our channels. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Braden's channel. We both work. we both work tirelessly to get the information out. So if you could subscribe, and share the videos, that would help both of us out tremendously. And of course, let us know what you think down below if you like this joint venture, because I think we should do this a lot more when we have victories to talk about.
Oh, I think we should do it a lot more just to keep everyone that sense of camaraderie, man. I think it does a lot for our movement. I really do.
All right, guys and gals. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And Braden, thank you again, man. I know you're busy like me doing what you do, and you have a family too. So thank you for taking the time.
Oh, dude, thanks for taking the time with me, man. These are epic times we're living through. It's great to be here side by side with you. All right, guys, so that was a conversation with Jared. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of these. Let the comments feel below. Tell me if we should do more, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the Bullet Points. I'm Braden. See you later.